In this tutorial, we will talk about customizing the settings in your course. To access your settings, go to the left-hand side to the Administration block and click Settings. All you really need to focus on in this settings portion is this little section right here. The first thing we're going to look at is the Format drop-down menu. If you click on it, you'll notice that you have a whole bunch of options for different formats. The two that we are going to discuss are the most useful. They are the weekly format and the topics format. By default, your course is set up in the topics format. If you like this, you can leave it that way. However, you'll notice on your main page, right here, you only have one topic set up for you. This means that all of the content put onto your course will all be listed in the same space. You have the option of adding more topics if you wish to create more spaces for your work. To change the number of topics, I'm going to go back to the settings. And you'll see right underneath here where it says number of weeks and topics, you can select a number that you would like. Since the semester is 15 weeks, I will choose 15 topics. But you can choose as many or as little as you want. We're just going to save these changes and just give you a look at what you'll see if you chose this format. As you can see, now you have 15 topics instead of just one. Now we're going to discuss the weekly format. This format is great because it breaks up your class into weeks and makes it easier for your students to find the information corresponding to whatever week they're in. So let's go back to the Administration section and click Settings again. Under the Format drop-down menu, choose Weekly Format. The number of weeks/topics can stay the same, but the next part is very important because it's the course start date. This is important because you want to make sure your course is showing the accurate breakdown of weeks. For this tutorial, I'm going to put the start of the 2013 spring semester here at Wagner College. That was January 22nd, 2013. Now let's just go ahead and save these changes just to see what it looks like. You can now see that the course has been broken up into weeks starting with the course start date of January 22nd. Now that we've discussed these two formats, we'll discuss the rest of the settings. Going back into the settings, we come down here to where it says Hidden Sections. When you're adding content to your course, you may decide to work in advance and set your weeks or topics earlier than when you would like your students to actually see the content. You can hide this information by closing the eye on the right-hand side of that section. This option in Settings is set to default, where if you choose to hide the information, when the student looks at that week on their end, there won't be any content. Just text telling them that the content is unavailable until you open the eye. If you choose the other option, which is Hidden Sections are completely invisible, that week or topic that you hide will completely disappear from the student's view until you open the eye. For this tutorial, I'm going to leave it as default. The next section is news items to show. News items are announcements that you want to share with your students. By default, this is set to 1, but you can choose how many news items you want to show on the main page. If you keep it as default, only one news item will show. If throughout your course you make more than one news item, the student will then have to click into the section for news items to see the rest. I like to keep mine at 5. But you can go all the way up to show 10 news items if you wish. The next section here is Show Gradebook to Students. By keeping this at Yes, you are allowing students to see their grades that you put into Moodle for them. They will only be able to see their grades, not each other's. For activity reports, keep this at No. and make sure maximum upload size is 2 gigabytes. Force Theme allows you to change the color and theme of your Moodle page. You want to leave your page as Do Not Force, since if you change it, all of the icons and everything familiar to your students will change. Leaving it as default allows both you and your students to be on the same page. In this last section here, it says, is this a meta course? Unless you have a meta course, which you would know if you did, leave this option at no. You can leave the rest of these things as they are. You don't have to worry about them. The only other thing you need to be aware of in settings is the availability section right here. Now you can see that it says this course is available to students. This must stay on this. If you switch it to this course is not available to students, your class will be unable to see anything in their course. Once you're finished with all of your settings, press Save Changes. This concludes the tutorial on customizing settings.